Good day and welcome back to Legend Knows Football TV. Of course, it's Monday, weekend is done. It's time to look back at match week 5 for our two biggest winners and our two biggest losers of the match week 5. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Leave a comment, we have a discussion on this if you agree, disagree. But without further ado, let's first go into the overall results of all the teams across the weekend. First game of the weekend was Liverpool versus Everton Merseyside derby, but the difference in quality just showed and Liverpool walked away with a 2-1 victory. Brighton stunned Spurs, leading 2-0. Spurs coming back late in the game, drawing 2-2. Burnley versus Forest was a 1-1. Seems like Forest is still struggling to get into gear. Chris Wood is missing. West Ham Crystal Palace. West Ham losing 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace just showing that they are an informed team of recent. Graham Potter is under more pressure. Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Leeds. Leeds winning 3-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers seems to be out of form, out of sorts, struggling this season. Manchester United obviously beating Chelsea 2-1. An interesting game where I personally learned a lot about my team. Still going to make a video on that, so stay tuned. Fulham beating Brentford 3-1. Bournemouth Newcastle, the only game that did not serve up any goals, ending in 0-0. Sunderland drawing with Aston Villa 1-1 despite having a red card. Arsenal Man City, the big clash, Super Sunday, ending 1-1 in that game. But without further ado, let's get into our biggest loser. Our biggest winner. Starting with our biggest winners of this weekend, and then ending with our biggest losers of this weekend. Our biggest winner is none other than Manchester United, who beat Chelsea convincingly 2-1. This is the worst Manchester United we have seen since World War II, according to the statistics. But they managed to outplay a Chelsea team that is supposedly, or was supposedly, to be title contenders, and that has spent so much money in the transfer window. The game started off with Manchester United being on the front foot, scoring in the first 14-15 minutes, Bruno Fernandes. Chelsea got a red card in the first 5 minutes. That made it even easier for Manchester United. But we could see from kickoff that Chelsea was playing second fiddle to Manchester United. After the red card, like I said, it only got worse as we look at the statistics. Manchester United had more expected goals. Total shots on target, it was just in favor of Manchester United. Corner kicks, their goalie seems like he didn't even make a save. Big chances created in favor of Manchester United, of course. And yeah, deservedly, they are one of the biggest winners for this match week 5. Our second biggest winner is none other than Sunderland, a newly promoted team that played against an Aston Villa team. Aston Villa was not so long ago finding themselves in the Champions League, giving PSG trouble. And they drew with a 10-man Sunderland. As you can see, Sunderland got a red card in the 33rd minute, with Aston Villa scoring 67th minute. Not long after that, Sunderland equalized, making it 1-1. The game ended 1-1, securing a point for newly promoted Sunderland. showing that Aston Villa doesn't have the quality to finish off a Sunderland team that was down to 10 men. And of course, it seems like Sunderland will be fighting the season to stay up. Let's move on to our first biggest loser of this weekend is none other than my team, Chelsea. A horrendous start to a game against Manchester United. We haven't won at Old Trafford since 2013, but I am not a statistician. I don't believe in that. I believe in what's happening now. And what happened now was that we lost. And it revealed so many things about our team. But let me not get into that. I don't want to blame it on a red card. I just want to say that we lost against the weakest Manchester United team in recent times. Robert Sanchez lost his head in the 5th minute, got a red card. Fine. We saw Newcastle getting a red card against Liverpool and managing to claw their way back. Chelsea seems like we don't have that character. Our players don't have that character, that drive to fight, to create opportunities, because the way Manchester United has been playing recently, even if you are down to 10 men, you should be able to do something against them. We didn't. Our coach, Enzo Maresca, made some changes, but still didn't help. Most of them were defensive changes. It was 2-0 at halftime. We only scored a goal in the 80th minute from a corner kick. Like I said in my match preview, we cannot score from open play. We mostly rely on set pieces. No, it wasn't a corner kick. It was a cross from Reece James, if I'm not mistaken. But that's not the way I want us to score anyways. But a goal is a goal. As you can see the stats, we lacked any footballing ability, should I say. It was like a bunch of high school kids running around playing the blame game. So we are the first biggest loser of match week 5. And our last biggest loser, I would say, is Arsenal. Man City played well coming out of the blocks, but Arsenal recovered in the second half. We saw for the first time Pep Guardiola parking the bus, something he's not known for, but he did. He tried to settle for a 1-0 victory. Arsenal were pushing. I feel like Arsenal did not take advantage of that enough. Mikel Arteta was playing it safe. He brought on Martinelli, and Martinelli equalized in the 93rd minute. In the first half, Arsenal didn't do much. This is also a Man City that is not up to standard as of late. So I would say Arsenal is our biggest loser, second biggest loser of this match week. They could have beaten this Man City if they wanted, if they really came prepared, and they were also at home, the Emirates Stadium. So I don't know what the excuses are, but they are our biggest losers, our second biggest losers of match week 5. Look at the stats. You can see they were dominating in possession, total shots on target, but they didn't do enough in the end. With Liverpool still maintaining the 100% record, as you can see. 5 matches played. Liverpool sitting pretty with 15 points, 100% record, and the rest are starting to play catch up. That has been your recap for match week 5. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Road to 100 subscribers continue. See you in the next upload. Cheers, stay safe, and God bless.